artificial difficulty quest is no longer artificially difficult? Hey yo, what is going on, you guys? We're back for yet another Bleach Brave Souls, and today we're going to be talking about this upcoming new limit breaker quest, which is actually going to be starting a day earlier. Normally it starts around the 1st of every month, but now it's going to be dropping at the same time when the brand new 1000-Year Blower characters are going to be coming. Now, they have made some changes. Normally, the quest would be around 5 minutes max worth of playtime, meaning that you can pretty much get up to the crazy stages, but this time around, they have reduced the time limit to 2 minutes, so it's pretty interesting. But more importantly, they have made this limit breaker quest more easy and more accessible, because now you only need to be at player rank 30. Before, you needed to be at rank 50. And every single slot only has one rule. Slot 1, range damage times 2. Slot 2, melee damage times 2. And slot 3, melee damage times 2. So basically, every single slot now plays like as if you were bringing a slot 3 character, meaning that with this limit breaker quest, I don't even need to go into deep diving on who the best units are. You just use whatever unit you want. But slot 1, this is mainly going to be catered towards the brand new 1000-Year Blower Byakuya, which is going to be dropping in a couple of days. Slot 2 is going to be Isshin, and then slot 3 is going to be for the Power 1000-Year Blower Yamamoto, which are supposedly going to be the intended units. But guess what? You don't even need the characters. You just got to use with whomever your best character is, albeit keep in mind that slot 3, you're going to be up against technique mobs, so you do not want to bring a speed character if you do not want to get your damage reduced because of typing disadvantage. So that's the only thing I'm going to talk about. I don't think I need to talk about much for this Byakuya. Even though he doesn't have killer, he is going to be a really insane ranged character to play and bring in here, because he does have the same kit as Tensa Zangetsu and Senjumaru. By that I mean he has a 3k length beam, 960 in front, full screen SA3, but also comes with a lot of cracked multipliers, such as having Frenzy +2, Berserker 60, strong attack damage of 40% when at full stamina. Once you inflict the ailments, you do 30% more damage. Now granted, you're going to be missing out on the increased ailment chance because it's against humans and not Quincy, so maybe you might not want to bring this Byakuya. But you do have 80% SP boost with a really good Soul Bomb. He has Bombardment with weakened defense, and of course he does apply Weakening and Paralysis to his entire kit, which overall makes him a really good character to use. Slot 2 mainly going to be dedicated to Isshin. I don't think I even need to talk about this character by much, because he is basically what if Kilgay was given a weaker kit, because that's all this guy is at the end of the day, but was also at least given increased ailment chance, because he does have Frenzy +2 with 50% Berserker, Rampage, so 100% damage once you have killed 50 enemies, increased ailment chance, 120% SP boost because he does have 40% SP boost from the Soul Trait plus the 80 in base 6-star abilities. And his kit is pretty solid. He does have a good lunge. He has the same lunge as the new upcoming 1000-Year Blower Rukia, but does have the homing vortex as the SA2 radius, but overall, this guy is just going to be very cracked for the likes of limit breaker quest, and he's going to be fine. The only issue that you're going to run into is the fact of the matter that you will not have cooldown reductions when moving in between quest areas. And then slot 3, Yamamoto, but I cannot really recommend using this character, and I don't even think that he's the intended unit to use, because his damage output is actually very low. He only has Frenzy +1, 40% Berserker, 80% SP boost, and extra damage to burning and weaken enemies without any type of increased ailment chance, so you might as well not even use him. So yeah, that's pretty much about it, but now let's just go over the best units to use overall for each individual slot. So let's start off with slot 1, which is going to be making us use range characters. Well, we already have 3 really good candidates, and that's gonna be, actually no, 4, what am I saying? Oh my, we're stacked to the brim, man. This Ulquiorra is gonna work really nicely, because guess what? You have Killer, you also have increased ailment chance, and you're going to be able to pop off the crazy damage that you can with this character. And he's a miniature Shikai Ichigo. He just doesn't have laceration on his entire kit, but he does provide extra 20% more strong attack damage to the entire party once you defeat 40 enemies, which is going to be really good, really easy to build up, solid DPS, SP boost, damage to weaken enemies, increased element chance against Quincy's. You cannot go wrong with that. This is going to be a really good character to use overall if you're not planning on bringing the new 1000-Year Blower Byakuya. But guess what? Hollow Bankai Toshiro is going to be another fantastic addition. As a matter of fact, he will not have killer because his killer is Stern Ritter. But guess what? He has the increased element chance against Quincy's. So he's going to get that extra 140% damage to frozen enemies. He's going to be the real best unit to use for slot 1, if you guys ask me, should you get all the procs in just fine, and also has the EX move of being able to plant the Vortex kind of attack. But that's not all. You also have access to the god of BBS, 9th Anniversary Grammy. He's just going to be ridiculous. Now, he will not have the increased element chance compared to Ulquiorra and Toshiro, but this is the one character that I feel like he doesn't need it because of the simple matter of fact that he has Frenzy +3, making it even more easy to proc ailments with this character. And you just have so much cracked multiplier still. You still have 70% Berserker, and of course the Team Party strong attack damage, so yeah. And then once you proc the elements, you do 30% more damage overall. And keep in mind, he has the EX move, which will allow him to boost himself, debuff the enemies, and can still apply paralysis and drain on his entire kit. So if you do not have Hollow Bankai Toshiro, Ulquiorra, this is going to be your best range character to use overall. 1000-Year Blower Shinji, he's not going to have the increased element chance, unfortunately, because he's going to be up against Quincy's and he needs to be up against Soul Reapers. But you can still make use out of him because he does have 50% Berserker, Frenzy +2. Once you proc the elements, you do 60% more damage to confused enemies and does have the 120% SP boost. So this character can still be pretty good to use overall if you guys want to use this character. I myself do want to give this guy a shot since I do have a max transcended and see how well I'll actually go about it from slot 1. It's going to be very interesting to see. Actually, guys, I lied. There's another character that you can actually make use out of, and that's this Valentine's Day Ruruka. Man, this character aged so well as a limit break request character. Now, she will not have a killer, but she'll still be a very nice and effective character to use since she also has the defeated enemy bonus. As a matter of fact, probably better than Ulquiorra because she's able to get a lot more DPS out there. And she just plays like your regular character with the SP boost. Albeit, she does have the Vortex and to pushback attack, so be wary about that for the SA2. But everything else, she's perfectly fine. She's really cracked as a character to use. So if you do not have Hollow Bankai Toshiro, Grammy, Shinji, this is a really good option to use. Heck, she's actually going to be even better than Shinji in this kind of case for slot 1 easily. And that's pretty much the best alternatives that you can use. Now, you can use Parasol Rukia, but just know that your SA2 is going to do less damage. I do not advise bringing Kiryu whatsoever. She is going to suck. Not at all. You can use Rengiku, but better to use a different character. Actually, now that I think about it, there is another character you can use. 1000-Year Blower Aizen, but he doesn't have the increased element chance, so you're not going to be able to get the attack buff as often, but that's pretty much about it. You can try using Meninya and the Tech Halibel if you guys want to, but I don't think you're going to get that much out of the character because they're not going to be able to inflict ailments. But that's pretty much about it. That's pretty much about it for slot 1. Slot 2, let's just go ahead. You know, do I even need to talk about slot 2 and slot 3 individually? Not even, because guess what? You're going to be bringing melee characters whatsoever, regardless. So you guys can go for so many different compositions. Like, you can use Ishin, but then bring Yuha in slot 3. Or do like a complete switcheroo and just bring Yuha in slot 2 and Ishin in slot 3. Now, you can try bringing Soifon in slot 3, but she will not have the increased element chance on either slot 1 or slot 2. Oh-Etsu, he's going to be a really nice and effective character on slot 2, but not in slot 3 because you will have typing disadvantage. Mugetsu should be able to work, but once again, no increased element chance, just like Soifon. Who else can we actually make use out of? You can use Songdu in slot 2, just don't use him in slot 3, and of course you're going to be missing out on the increased ailment chance once more. Both True Shikai and Yuha will be able to work exceptionally well in slot 2 and 3, and Ichigo is going to be very effective because he has the increased element chance against Quincy's. So he'll be able to work out just fine without any type of problems. Killgate is also going to be a very effective character, and what you guys can do in this kind of case, let's say you want to bring True Shikai in slot 2, bring Killgate in slot 3, and he's going to be getting infinite cooldowns. As a matter of fact, a good-ass team composition that you guys can do is go for like a triple heart team. Slot 1, you can bring Holo Bankai Toshiro. Slot 2, you can bring True Shikai Ichigo, and then slot 3, you can bring Killgate to provide the infinite cooldown reductions when moving in between quest areas, and you have yourself a really freaking crazy, insane team for Limit Breaker quests. And I do want to give it a shot, just to see how well it will go as well. Ichibei will work in both slot 2 and 3, no doubt about that. White will work in slot 2 and 3 once more. And what else? Is that it? You can use Tensa just fine in slot 2, just not slot 3, because he's a speed character. You can use Toshiro just fine in both slot 2 and 3. And that's it. Okay, that's pretty much it. Uryu's nice in slot 2. Ichigo should be okay in slot 2 and 3, just not that much crazy damage. And Yama, you can use him in slot 3, but I wouldn't really recommend it because his damage output is just very inconsistent nowadays. I can't really recommend the usage out of this character anymore. That's it. Oh, and there we go. I forgot about Unohana. She's going to be effective in slot 2, not in slot 3, though. Let me just say that much. And that's it. That's pretty much it. This was by far the shortest Limit Breaker quest video I had to do. Yeah, oh, and I forgot about Kenny. You can use Kenny in slot 2. Okay, I think I really tackled on everything else. Okay, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. The way of how you guys should build up your characters, make sure that they have the strong attack damage item, pill, and the 50% SP item, and of course links complete hybrid recharge with strong attack damage or full stamina damage boost, or even better yet, the strong attack damage at full stam links with recharge like Canfield Road Stark, Thousand Year Blower, Uryu, those kind of characters. But yeah, that's just about it. Shortest Limit Breaker quest video guide ever, because this is by far the easiest one that we can pretty much talk about. So take care, lads. Peace out. Bye. Sayonara. Ciao, ciao.